Hello and welcome to Kidder Farms. We're back with another episode of County of 40 Mile by Camille. And some of our crops are all starting to pop up here, and we need to get spraying. We've got a lot of spraying to do, and so I wanted to try out a few mods that I haven't used a ton of. Specifically, we've got this Wilson step deck trailer in here, and we've got a sprayer cradle on here for the sprayer that Perma's Modding made. And so this is a really sweet sprayer setup. And so we're going to use this to both bring some chemical out to the field for us, as well as our sprayer. And so while we're filling up the chemical here, I'm going to figure out how to lower these. There we go. And we're going to drive this sprayer right up here onto this trailer, and that's going to let us much more easily take it out to the field here. Technically, I mean, all of our fields are pretty close to the farm here. We could probably just drive this out there and drive the sprayer, drive the spray trailer out separately, but honestly, I'd rather leverage this trailer and just see how this works. And so this is a pretty sweet little setup. I'm just checking here. I wonder if okay, I was just hoping that maybe our wheels could be separated a little bit. It looks like it's a snug fit, but it does look like it's working, so we're gonna just take that for what it is. Now it looks like we're running out of money here. Herbicide is pretty expensive, and so we're gonna take this loan up to, we'll start at $350. We'll see how far that gets us here. We've got half of this trailer filled up. I don't think having the sprayer and the trailer filled up, I just don't know that this is going to get us that far. Quite honestly, we've got some pretty ginormous fields here, and so we're gonna see how this goes today. But we may be making some calls on how much spraying we're gonna do at some point here. We'll see. Either way, though, I'm excited to use some mods that I haven't used a lot before. And so we're all full up here. That was another 8,000 some odd dollars. And we need to raise these ramps up here. Oh, there we go. We're going to go ahead and take this out to the field. It is apparently pulling a little bit hard now that we're all filled up. But now that we got going, I think everything's working out. I'm wondering if these back tires on the sprayer are rubbing on the trailer tires or something like that. Or maybe it's just that much weight. But either way, I think the plan is going to be to head on out here and tackle the wheat field that we planted first. And so we're gonna take this curve here and head on over here to the far end of this road. Now I thought this would be a little bit easier, kind of taking the back road rather than heading out the front by the house there and taking the blacktop road. And so we'll see how this goes. But I think what I'm gonna do is park this trailer and everything right on over here by this T, because at some point I'm going to need to turn it back around. And so if I leave it right here, I'm going to be able to hopefully get turned back around into this T, and we're all set up here to be able to refill right at the corner of this field. Alright, we've got this all unloaded, so I'm trying to think where I want to start spraying here. I think we're gonna actually take this down and spray from the end, just because I want to see how far we're gonna get here, hopefully. And so we might have been able to turn the semi around here. The grass ditches are pretty wide here, but we're gonna just run down here real quick, get everything unfolded here while we're driving. And the nice thing is that this is a really wide implement, so hopefully we're gonna be able to make some good progress. I'm hoping that we've got plenty of capacity on this sprayer. So I think we're going to do the headland here first, just to make sure we've got plenty of room when we're turning around. I don't want to worry about accidentally driving off the edge of the world there. And then we're going to take this outside edge all the way up and see how far we get. We used up 4% of our spray here just doing the end row, so we're definitely going to go through the spray pretty quick here. And we're so wide that I can't even see the end of my boom when we're zoomed in there. Now we should probably get our GPS going here, just to make sure we're staying on the straight and narrow. We're straight and wide in this case. And we could probably align a little bit more to the left here. We got to jump a row. Although I guess we drilled things in, so there's probably not really any rows to jump here. There we go. So we are cruising 18 miles an hour, spraying pretty good rate here. And it looks like we're doing pretty good on capacity. We're at 89% now, 88%. So yeah, I think I'm feeling pretty good about this. We'll definitely be able to make a round without running out of spray. So I'm hoping we can cover these long rows without having to refill the sprayer. That'd be really nice. Let's jump in the cab here and check this mod out. So the interior on this particular mod, a little bit basic, but clean. Doesn't look horrible. Not sure how much in-cab I'd do. The dashboard there, kind of weak, but yeah, it's there. We've got a monitor up in the upper right, so definitely more detail on the outside of this mod. So we're coming up on the end here. Looks like we'll be at about 75% as we get to the end of the field. And so that's going to mean we could probably make, what's that, 4 passes and be good. But what we're going to do is take the headland out here, go around this curved part, and just get everything kind of squared away here so that as we're coming up and doing the other rows, we can just keep going as we get to the end and not worry about it too much. And I think we'll just square this off just like this. And then we're going to head back and jump right back onto our same path rather than going around. I don't think we really need to take this all the way around the field. And if we just jump back in here, it looks like we've got our GPS all set up and working correctly here. So we're gonna crank on these acres a little bit and see how far we can get on this field before we need to refill the tank. Alright, we are coming back up here to the long row, or the last of the long row here. Unfortunately, I'm coming to the realization we do not have sprayer section control installed for this mod, and so we're gonna overlap a little bit. I'd rather overlap into the field. I'm honestly kinda hoping that FarmSim is not docking me for the part off of the left boom there if I do it this way, but I'm not overly hopeful. And so herbicide is expensive, so I hate to lose almost half of the width of our sprayer here, but I'd rather get this strip sprayed out, and so that's what we're gonna do. And we were able to finish off all of these long rows on this initial tank, and so I think what we're gonna do is when we get down here to the end, we're going to run on back up and refill our sprayer at the semi here. I'm kind of curious how much is in the sprayer tank on that trailer. I don't know how much that's going to fill us up, how many acres we're going to be able to cover with a single sprayer here. And so we're going to find out here shortly. I meant to turn up my view distance on our vehicles here when we're playing on this map, since FPS is definitely not a problem. A lot of times 4X maps are pretty hard on your computer, but this one seems to run pretty flawlessly. I suspect it's because there's not that many trees compared to a lot of maps. We've got kind of flattish, we got rolling terrain, but there's just not a lot of objects on the map that cause problems. I do think we're going to fold this up, though. As much as I hate to fold it up, I'd rather be able to pull up alongside our sprayer here so that we can get refilled. And I think if I put it right about here, we should be close enough. Now, this thing, I had about 9% left in there, so I've got 1,300 total gallons in the sprayer. I'm just kind of curious, if we look at the semi here, we're down to 2,000 gallons here, so we're going to be able to refill this, one and a half more times. And so that's good to know. We'll definitely finish the field that we're on now, and maybe this field of barley across from us with one trailer full. So that's what we're going to try and do. We're going to get unfolding here again, though, and line ourselves back up on the row. And this is where we really hope that we can get by with one more round here. I'd hate if there's just a little sliver left over there that needs to be sprayed. If there is, I'll be honest, we're probably going to skip it, just because I don't think it's going to be super efficient to run a full boom worth of spray for just a little sliver, and that's about how much is left over there. It looks like it's going to be just a handful of rows, unfortunately. Either way, we're making really good time on this field. We were able to knock these acres out in just a handful of minutes. And so I'm looking forward to jumping over here and hitting this this other small field here next to the farm. Now that field is a little bit oddly shaped. It kind of L's around the farm there. And so we're definitely going to be running that one on our own. There's no hired helper workers that are going to be able to handle that. And this strip over here alongside us is a little bit wider than I thought it was going to be. But I still think I'm going to stand by my statement and say we're not going to spray that right now. I think we're going to let that go. If we get a handful of weeds next to the driveway here, I think we're just going to take that little bit of loss. And we might have to work with the dealer to have them come out and help us get sprayer section control set up on this here sprayer for next spraying season. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to tackle this field this way and try to set up a new GPS track. Because we're going to have more rows going this way than the other way, and there's a bit that curves around the barn there, so we're going to be doing that all by hand anyway. And so I think this is just going to be the more efficient way to run on this field. And I think what we're going to do here is actually run this headland up and around, just to handle these curvy bits as long as we were kind of pointing this way. And I will take this bit here up and around the farm just to deal with all these manual bits while we're in that mode. Trying not to overspray into our driveway too much here. We're probably doing just that. And the real trick here will be to turn and not put our boom into one of these bins. That's always a challenge. And I think we're gonna leave that bit there for as we come back around. And we're gonna just head on up here and take care of all these scraggly bits as well. And that should put us in the right spot to refill the sprayer here on our way back down on the long side by the driveway there, and be just about the right spot to top ourselves off so we can finish the rest of this field. I don't think we'd be able to do it on a single tank, but I think we'll definitely be able to do it before we need to refill everything back up on the farmyard. Alright, we're coming back up here to the corner. We've got, one more round to do there on this part of the field. But before we do that, I think as long as we're here, we're going to swing around here, see if I can avoid hitting our trailer, and just back right in here and refill the sprayer. Just like so. We're all topped off. We should be able to jump out here and knock out what's left on this side of the farm site, and then we'll take care of the other part of the L here as soon as we're done with this. Now, this is one of those jobs in Farm Sim or times of the year where there's not a lot going on besides spraying here. And so I'm not really sure what to fill the void with here as we're talking about things. We've got quite a bit of acres to go here. We're all done here. I think we missed just a sliver in the field up there, but again, I just don't think it's necessarily productive to, try and use the big sprayer here to do just a couple of feet that we missed. And so we can always come back out a little bit later in the year and do some spot spraying if some bad weed areas do come up. And here I think we're going to be able to knock the rest of this field out in one more pass. There's not a lot left here, so we'll definitely be able to do it with what's still in the sprayer. I think this is one of those situations where Coursplay's refill mode with the sprayer will come in handy potentially. I'm enjoying using the tank there, and so I might be able to set one up to refill from the nurse tank there, the chemical trailer. We'll get a Courseplay course set up to keep the sprayer going and to refill at the edge of the field with the semi-trailer. And then I can run the semi-trailer back up to the farm and refill it from there. And that way we're continuing to be efficient with our sprayer. The sprayer never kind of stops working, and we can make the runs for chemical as we need, because I think we'll have plenty of time to go and get another load of chemical and get back out to the field before the sprayer is empty again. It isn't emptying that fast, and so we're gonna play with that a little bit. I know I could have this thing drive all the way back up to the farm to refill, but that just doesn't seem overly efficient. I'd much rather have the sprayer stay out in the field as much as possible. So I think what we're gonna do is bring the sprayer over here. I'm gonna fold it up so that we can record a course here. And what I want to do first we're going to grab this semi-trailer and we're going to bring it over here and we're going to record this refill point kind of in the same spot that I recorded the refill point for the lime. And that way we can reuse it for all three of these big fields over here and not be terribly worried about it, necessarily the efficiency of it, because if we start on the correct ends of the field, driving back up here won't be a problem at all. And so where I'm going with this is we're gonna park this trailer somewhere right in here, and I'm trying to think about the best place to put it so that I can put it back into the right spot. And so I think what I'm going to do is do it in such a way that I line up, if I'm looking at this trailer straight on, I'm lining it up with the road here so that I know where to come back to when I'm refilling the trailer. And if we just grab this sprayer now, what we can do is pop open Courseplay, And I need to get turned around here. But we're gonna have the start of this course start right here at the intersection between these 3 fields. And we're gonna just drive it on over here like so. And if we come somewhere in here, he should be able to refill. I don't think I need a waypoint or anything. I think he'll detect the trigger on his own. And then we're just gonna whip right back around and bring him right back out to about here as a stopping point. And then we're gonna save this as sprayer refill. And now I want to clear that course. We're gonna generate a new course right here. Course generation. We're gonna spray in field 5 next. And so we only need 1 headland pass with this giant implement. We'll generate this course. We forgot to set a working width. 3-meter sprayer, that would take a while. There we go. That's looking a lot better. And we're just going to tell it to start at the first here. But before he gets going, we're going to bring in the sprayer refill so that we have 2 courses combined. And on here, we need to add a fill type of herbicide and send him on his way. And then, as always, we want to make sure we crank the speed up on things. Once this guy gets emptied, and we'll be able to follow him along here for a bit. He's got 60% left to go, and so I don't think he's gonna be full quite anytime, or we'll follow this guy along and let him do his thing, and then we'll see at what point he needs to be emptied, how that goes with the refill course that we just set up here. And once he goes and refills, then we'll take that semi up there and get it refilled at the farmyard. Alright, we're coming down to the end of the spray tank here, and man, this thing got dirty doing this field. We've just got it completely caked up here. Nothing but dust, dirt, and grime everywhere. But we're on our, 20 gallons left here, so we should be turning around at any second now to head on back up here and fill up. Now, I'm kind of curious to see if they're going to fold the booms up. It looks like we are, which is good, because otherwise we'd just crash into this semi. And we're going to just cut back across the field here. But hopefully we're going to be able to refill here without any problems. We're sorting it out, it looks like. I'm not sure why we're going quite so slow. I'm almost positive I've got my speed set up higher than that, but it is what it is. I guess we don't want to go too fast past our truck, or we wouldn't stop to refill. And he didn't stop to refill. So I'm not sure what's up with that, but we're going to stop the driver. I know that's close enough to refill. So we're going to just spin back around here. Whoops. I want to get kind of right in those same tire tracks here. And maybe it's not close enough to refill. Interesting. Alright, hang on a second. We're going to come in a little bit closer yet. No, we're not refilling. Is this thing empty? Did we empty this out and I wasn't paying attention? No, there's quite a bit left in there. So why are we not refilling is my question. Interesting. Let's try and back up to it like we did before. Maybe it only refills from the other side. Maybe that is our problem. We're gonna just drive over here onto the other side of this truck And yep, that seems to be the problem. So we've got to turn this truck around, and that will hopefully help us out a little bit. So now I'm a little bit nervous about this thing being able to pick up where it left off. And so I'm going to tell it to drive at current waypoint and hit start. And hopefully, now that he's full, he's going to figure out how to get back out in the field and pick up where he left off. It does look like he's heading in that general direction, so I'm just going to wait a few seconds here and see what happens. I'm a little bit confused why he's driving on the other field right now, but that's okay. We're heading right back out here. This is where he left off, it looks like, so I am strongly encouraged. Looks like we're going to unfold. Hopefully he's going to back up and cover the spot that he missed, but I guess if he doesn't, we'll just live with it. Yep, he's going to leave it. Unfortunate. Well, and off we go. So that's working. It's good to know that I can only unload from the one side of the truck. And so we're going to go and refill this chemical and get it right back out there to the corner of the field here, pointed the correct direction this time. Alright, we've got this thing all topped off here, so let's see if we can get this back out there and point it in the correct direction. I'm not sure if we've got enough space on the corner here with how we set everything up to point the left side and have it hit where we're going. It's going to be interesting here. We're going to do this and I think back into that spot. So what we'll do is get it facing out like this. And then I'm going to try and put this trailer on the grass here without going into our crops too much. And get it as far back towards that corner as possible. We're going into the crops. So if we put it somewhere like this, hopefully that'll be close enough and we won't clip it on the corner as we're coming in here. I want to say I kept that path fairly on the dirt road here, so let's go check on our sprayer real quick. So our sprayer is going to town here at about 43%, so we'll give him a little bit. It looks like we'll probably finish this field off with what we've got in the tank, though. So we'll see how that goes. It'll be nice if we can actually finish this field off with only needing one refill. Alright, we're coming up on the final pass here. And so we're going to be able to finish this field off as predicted without having to refill a second time, which is pretty cool. And I think what we're going to do is go ahead and jump right across the road here. And we're going to set the sprayer up doing the same thing here. So we're going to set up a course play here on this field. We're going to start in this corner because that's where we're at. And we merged the sprayer refill course in here. And I'm really curious just to see if this refill point is going to work now that we've kind of fix things up or turn the semi-trailer around, I guess I should say. We didn't really fix anything per se. And since we've only got 100 and some odd gallons here in the tank, we should hit that refill point before we get up to the corner here for sure. And so we're going to be able to check this out right quick here. I might have spoken too soon. We might get to the corner before we run out. The sprayer's going to have to turn around and go back to get to the chemical trailer. That'll be kind of funny. Oh, it looks like it's actually going to back up to the waypoint. Look at that. Horseplay outsmarted me. I didn't think it had it in it. I like it. I think he always drives 6 miles an hour for this first waypoint, though. And off we go. Oh, it looks like he's concerned about where the trailer is. Maybe I'll pull this up just a little bit to make him less concerned. Whoa, whoa, buddy. Oh, he's reached the refill point. Oh, okay. I was like trying to pull away from him, make his job harder. Looking good, looking good. He's gonna pull around way up there, so we're gonna pull forward just a bit more to make sure that he's got plenty of room next time to get around, because I know he's gonna need to refill at least twice in this field that we're doing now. And we've still got a full refill left in the tanks here, and I guess technically we're hanging over that crop just a smidge, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. I do want to jump in here just to make sure he's gonna get around this semi without any problems though. But I think we've done a fair amount of spraying in today's episode. I think that this is probably going to be a good spot to wrap things up today. And we're going to let the worker kind of keep going on this field. We'll wrap up this field and the other off camera, I think. Just because, you know, there's only so much of one job I think we want to do in an episode. And with spraying getting wrapped up, that means that next episode we're going to be able to start prepping for harvest, I think. So I'm excited to dive into that. We've got a lot of cool equipment to put out in the field in this series, so stay tuned and happy farming. That's all for today. Kedrick, out. And I'm hearing engine noise. It sounds like we left the sprayer running while we were driving over here. Whoops. We're dragging the boom through the ground. How do I adjust this? Oh, it fixed itself. Apparently we left our lime spreader out in the middle of the field. Oh boy. Well, thankfully, with seasons, we're not destroying the crops while they're in the young growth state here. So we're just gonna get this off of the field here real quick, put it back in the shed, and pretend this didn't happen.